through the heat of the day, I have set out on a journey. A journey to create a bush garden in an aircon. Yes, an aircon. But in this Aussie heat, heading into spring and towards summer, it is getting hotter and hotter, and it is making it harder and harder to develop a garden. So, will I succeed? Or will I fail in my attempt to create a mini bush paradise in the scorching heat of this Aussie bush? Only time will tell. So make sure to watch to the end to find out, because it will be quite a journey. Hey guys, welcome back to the bush, of course. We're here back in the Season 2 encampment, and today we're going to be working on adding to the garden a bit more, continuing where we left off the last episode and expanding on that. Now, it's pretty simple. We're just going to get another aircon, fill it up with dirt like we did last time, and pretty much just call it a day from there. It's been 4 days actually. I lose track. But yeah, it's been about 2 maybe. No, not 2. It'd be about 3 or 4 days since we last were down here and adding to our garden area. So far, from what I can see, no seeds have sprouted, but yeah, I'll give it a week and a bit before we make any final decisions. But we're going to go ahead with the next garden today, put that in, and yeah, hopefully that works out. Now, first of all, of course, we're going to water our original garden, so let's water that right up, soak it nice and well, and of course the water is what helps these seeds to grow. So yeah, that should hopefully help that along. The heat doesn't help. It's definitely starting to get hot heading here into spring now. Without any further ado, let us go grab the next aircon. Yeah, we've waited enough. Let's get on to things. In the next episode, I'm thinking of finally putting up what I thought was going to be the final, I guess, structure of this encampment. But I've got some new ideas that I would like to try out first, just because I feel this season has been a bit too short, and just it doesn't look like a whole much has happened in this area, and I want to do a bit more. So I've got a little bit of extra ideas I'd like to squeeze in before we call this area finished, eh? But for now, gardening. And so I set out into the bush to go and find me some aircons. Had some weird incidents with a plant there, and now I was on my way, traveling through this bush, on my way to the ruins of the aircon cult, which used to be the paranormal hunting ground, which also used to be what was originally, I guess, going to be this second bush encampment, but it was a failed project long ago. And now it's just a place where I store aircons that I find in the bush that get washed up from the floods, I presume at least. You never know if there's just some weird guy putting aircons down here, anything's possible. Anyways, I grabbed the aircon, picking it up, and then I began my way back to the encampment, making my way back through this little pine forest section of the bush, and I arrived at my encampment, setting down the aircon, completing my little mission to obtain the aircon. Pretty weird how I just go hunting for aircons in the bush. I'm pretty sure that's not something most people do. Normal people anyway. I'm far from normal. Okay, so the second aircon here is in. I'm not too sure if I'm set on this spot though for it. So I'm thinking of trying a different one. So I don't quite think this one fits. I'm thinking next to the tire might be a better spot for this aircon. Then we'll go grab the dirt from the original tent area that has been long since abandoned, since episode 1 days of season 1. And then we'll get some seed planting going, because I've got my trusty jar of seeds to be back at it again. Try some different plants this time than what we did the other episode. You know, try mix it up, and then we should be pretty much done today. And then of course we'll finish off by watering the plants. Let's not forget that key part right there. Thought I'd move it first. I reckon this is a much better spot, and it just kind of evens things out a little bit more and breaks up the area a bit more. So I think this is a better spot for our aircon garden. Let's go get us some dirt. And so here I was, on a brand new quest through the bush, this time taking the council firebreak road pathway thing, it has a few names you could say, heading towards the original tent location from Season 1 Episode 1 of Bush Life to gather me up some dirt, as this place is the best dirt that I can find in the bush. So I slowly dug up the biker's track that they left behind, because this was the easiest dirt to dig through at the moment, because it was already half dug up from the tires, making it easier to remove from the ground. And I slowly filled up this bucket until it was eventually full and ready to take back to the encampment. Alright, just moving all the dirt over here. Alright, looks like we're only going to need to do one trip. Not worried about this part. So yeah, this should be enough dirt to get the job done. Just flatten this out a bit. Alright, now we're ready to pick our seeds. Alright, it's that time again. Time to pick ourselves some seeds. So let's have a little look through yet again, see what we come across. I kind of wouldn't mind trying pumpkin this time around. And potentially we could try something a little bit different. Let's try out... let's try some leek. Let's give that a go, eh? So, just open up the packet. Interesting seed type. And here we'll just put some little like holes in our soil here. We've got that. And some seeds in each. Isn't bad. Alright, they're all planted in. Next up, we've got our pumpkin. Don't have as many of these seeds, so I'm only going to do one in each hole, and we're going to do 2 holes. So, let's grab us these seeds, because I want to keep these pumpkins for something else. So 1, 2. So now it's time to cover these up. So there we go, all the holes nicely covered up, ready for our watering, of course. So where's our watering can? Right here. Now let's begin watering. Let it soak into the soil. I can never English in these videos, I swear. Now just let that soak for a bit. You can see it's kind of running down the bottom. Alright, that's soaking nicely. We'll do another lot. Watering can's squeaking. It's like it's a mouse. Interesting. Alright, that should be nice and watered for today. Now in here, the garden part is essentially complete. Now in the future, I'd like to come back and do a few little, like just decorational stuff around here. I thought that would be cool, but I'll do those in more of the episodes where I just add the smaller detail kind of stuff around this encampment, make it feel a little bit more lived in. So that'll be in one of those later episodes towards the end of this series, which is coming a lot closer than you'd expect. This really isn't as long as... this ain't, as I said, this ain't going to be like 100 plus episodes. I don't think we're going to hit 20. I'm thinking we're going to be about 10, 15 for this series, but you know what? It's been good, and you don't have to drag something out for it to be fun and entertaining. Sometimes the best way to go is a short, condensed, fun little thing. Sometimes that can be more enjoyable than something that's stretched out with heaps of filler over 100 episodes. Because Bush Life Season 1 sure has its filler episodes. And, you know, each episode of this series, it has a purpose to it, I guess. So, yeah, I kind of like that smaller scope, and it's easier to maintain knowing I don't have to keep stretching this series out, trying to come up with new ideas. But there's also something about that first encampment from Season 1 that I just can't help but wanting to continue, because I do have a passion and a nostalgic love for it. It's coming to 2 years with that one. So yeah, but once this series is done, we'll connect up to the first encampment, and I won't add to this area, but you'll still see it through the first season. So yeah, this garden area for today is pretty much done. So the last thing to do before we finish off, of course, is we're going to go visit Jeffrey the tree. We're going to hack away at him a bit more and see if we get any step closer to freeing him today. Alright, it's time to hack away at Jeffrey a bit more to try free him from this branch. Now, at the end of last episode, we started using the axe and actually made some pretty considerable progress which was better than just trying to push him out, because that ain't gonna work. But let's get this all out of the way. Now we're ready to start hacking, so let's see just how much more progress we can make. And you see those burn-offs, the end of the year's coming fast, meaning those burn-offs here could be coming real soon, meaning if we want to free Jeffrey before that happens, we should probably speed up progress a bit because we are running short on time. So let's get started. Once again, some fairly good progress. I kind of just keep hacking away till I'm exhausted. You know what? Screw it. What's one more? Or a bit. Once again, made quite a bit more progress here. So, of course, one step closer to freeing Jeffrey and him being a free tree. For whatever reason I'm doing this, I don't really know, but here we are. It's a good bit of fun at the end of each episode. And there we go. Good progress on Jeffrey. We've got our garden essentially finished until we come back and add just some small details later. But yeah, slowly, very slowly, this new bush encampment is coming together. And so this marks the end of today's bush adventure. It was a good one. We made good progress on the encampment, good progress on the garden, and of course some good progress on Jeffrey. So all around we made some pretty considerable progress this episode. And so I slowly made my way back through the encampment, ready to set my axe and pack up my tools for the day and call this day a day. It was quite hot out, I was sweating, and I was looking forward to a cold shower back up at the house, and that is exactly what I intended to do. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, leave a comment about your favourite part, do consider subscribing, and of course, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.